Hill sponsors Martin vs Joshua on Sky Sports Box Office.
This is James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're at the big press conference today for Anthony Joshua taking on IBF World Champion Charles Martin. With me I've got the head of security and the main sort of master brain, if you like, behind SA UK, none other than Simon Roberts. How are you, Si?
Yeah, good mate, you?
I'm alright.
Sam.
The big dog Clifton gets a lot of the sort of praise and a lot of the sort of, he's like the front man of the company, but am I right in suggesting you're the sort of main brain behind things?
I am, yeah. Clifton, I was working for another company years and years ago, 10, 12 years ago, another good company as well. Clifton, I met him on a few jobs. I actually met him on a rave in the middle of the New Forest.
That sounds great.
Brandon Block was on, and Alex P, if I remember rightly. Someone gave Clifton a load of grief. I'd never met him before. We chased after him across a few fields, and that's the story from there. And he
then formed a security firm.
Yeah, the security firm was going. It was quite, he was doing a few doors and a little bit of boxing security. I was doing a bit of boxing security for someone else. We combined and sort of made this monster, you might say. So,
now, after us, Mike Goodall,
yeah,
I'd probably say you're the other person at the most boxing shows out of all the media and sort of people around things. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah, I do probably. I'm at a boxing show most weekends. Listen, Matchroom are a very important customer of mine. I like to be here.
Yeah.
I'm not obviously the big guy that chucks people out, but I'm sort of the guy that keeps the team together. I've got some fantastic supervisors, Big Paul, Andy, Neil, the fantastic guys. Trust them 100%. We've been around for a long time. I've run big shows like Hatton Costas U was a big one, right up until Frochgrove's Wembley, and we've just sort of gone on from there. So boxing's just so big at the moment. I've never known it so big. I was with Matchroom, no disrespect to any other fighters. Me and John Wish have stood at shows in Wigan, Lusigan, boxing in front of 400-500 people. You know, we've experienced the lows when boxing wasn't popular. Now boxing is absolutely massive, so take your hats off to Eddie. He's done an incredible job. But, you know, we work for everyone else as well, you know, the other promoters. So
like Hennessy Sports,
Hennessy Sports,
with, Frank Warren?
I don't do Frank Warren's, no, he's probably the only promoter. We do work for Dave Caldwell, we work for Steve Goodwin. We're about to do Mickey Elliott's. You know, they're all good guys. They appreciate that these lads know what they're doing and they approach us to come and work for them. So we've been doing it a long time. The lads are experienced, good guys. You know as well, James. They'll talk to you, say hello to you. They're really nice fellas. Yeah. If you've got to have it, they'll have it. You know, it's how it is. So yeah, they're good guys.
How do you sort of plan for an event of this magnitude? How long would it take you to plan sort of the floor plan for an event like this, the security plan, and sort of the boxers' overall safety and well-being for the week?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the boxers have got the favourites they like to have with them. Obviously, Neil or Paul will look after AJ on a show like this. But the planning starts several weeks before. We have security meetings at the venues. Paul Bramwell normally goes to them for me, or I go along myself. So we have the meetings with the police, the venue, decide on the risk factor of the event. And we go from there. So the planning starts 4 or 5 weeks out. We liaise with Frank and John from Matchroom about numbers for the show, and then we decide, as I say, the magnitude of the event. This is a big event, so there's a lot of security on it.
I bet.
You know, Josh was on a big wave. He's a fantastic guy, good fighter, popular lad. He brings the crowds in. So you know, we plan it weeks and weeks in advance.
Why I like your lads, and I'm not just saying this because you're here, is because more time they know how to speak to people.
Absolutely.
It's not all about being aggressive and being bold and not having a neck. It's about learning how to speak to people, isn't it?
Listen, I'm a nice fella. Yeah, I'm a nice fella. Clifton is also a nice fella. Clifton comes from a fighting background. Clifton's a tough man. I'm a talker. I like the lads to talk to people how I'd like to be spoken to. If I'm out at an event like this, paying a few £100 and I've got my missus with me, and someone's disrespecting me, talking to me not very nice, they're ruining that experience. People work really, really hard and save up to come to events like this. So why would I want to ruin that experience by staff of mine speaking to them how I wouldn't be expected to speak to myself? So you've got to understand that this is it's a customer liaison thing. Clifton is very much, heavy-handed on with things, how we deal with things, and I deal with things a little bit different. Together, we're a fantastic team. Yeah, I love the guy to pieces. He brings one element to the business, I bring the other element, and together combined, we've got a fantastic company, and we bring that down to the lads. You know, I'm not just saying this. You see the lads; they're lovely, lovely fellas.
Nice fellas, genuinely nice fellas.
You've got to. It's all about people's experiences. Some people are using a week or 2 weeks' wages to come to an event like this, and it's like I say, we won't want to spoil that by being, horrible to people. There's no need. It's much easier to be nice than to be naughty. And then, like I say, if it does get naughty, we get straight in. We've got good lads like Fraser Clark. All these kids can have a row. If it goes off, and we sort it. You've seen yourself at places like Carl Shorten when it's gone right off. Within 5 minutes, there's tables, chairs going everywhere. We've got them out the building. The event's safe. The event carries on. Everyone goes home happy and safe. That's what it's all about for me. So.
Would have to be Carl Shorten you bring up, wouldn't it?
Mate, of all the places. Well, I was just talking to John Wish actually about a few events where it has gone off. A Wolverhampton prize fighter a few years ago.
I remember that.
The Wolverhampton football firm wanted to have a little bit of a go with my lads. Obviously Fraser and Andy and Paul and Clifton went in. We did them in about 30 seconds, that was all over. And then once that's done, smile on the face, shaking the customer's hands, crack back on with your job. It's a good job. It's a good job.
I mean, it hasn't always been big doors and spray tans for you, has it? I mean, you've worked your arse off to get to the situation you're in, mate. No one's given you this, have they?
No one's given me this. I started with nothing. I won't go on about a boring story, but I'd have been bag full of clothes. I had nothing, absolutely nothing. I met my wife, Jordan, an amazing woman. She stood by me. I mean, this weekend she's at home on her own. I'm out here working. Jordan and Clifton combined put a working mentality into me, and I work very, very hard. But you only get out what you put in. This life is about getting out what you put in. I put everything into this life. The lads do a fantastic job. People approach us for work. This business started off with 10 or 15 geezers. We've now got hundreds of people work for us, and we get nothing but positive comments. And I'd like to, think that that's down to me and Clifton instilling a good mentality and a good work ethic into the guys, and being nice people at the same time.
Listen, all your lads will always have a laugh with us. We do have a bit of banter with them.
Yeah, of course.
We do have a crack. And while you're here, I think we can get everyone to sort of chip in towards buying Andy a new neck.
Absolutely. Any neck.
Great.
A neck will do. Not a new neck. A neck. If we can find him a neck anywhere.
Neck
anything.
Would maybe draw less attention to him. I don't know.
That's fine, mate. That's fine.
You know what I mean? But listen, I really do appreciate you giving me some time. I appreciate how busy you are. So I'm going to let you do some security sort of stuff.
Thanks, James.
Putting on more fake tan, no doubt. And I'll catch you again real soon.
Thanks a lot.
William Hill sponsors Martin vs Joshua on Sky Sports Box Office.